Welcome to 30 Days of Awakening. This is day 21. Today I feel intuitively led to talk about how to meet each other in the illusion. Or how do we meet in the matrix? When we know the matrix is not real, how do we meet there? That's what I want to talk about. So let me get into that further. What I mean by meeting in the matrix is, as we begin to awaken, or as we're on this journey, we start to discover more and more this idea of presence, this awareness of self, this idea of I actually really am not the thought construct that I've created of my ego. I'm not Tim. I'm not a voice teacher. These are thought constructs that have been created by me in my world as a way to plug into the matrix. These are qualities of the matrix. Like, think about Morpheus. If you've seen the movie The Matrix. If not, I recommend seeing it. It's so real. It's so true in so many ways. They had a... they would put on a skin, kind of. They'd put on a character or a facade to interact inside of the Matrix. Neo inside of the Matrix, he was like some office worker or something. He was a computer guy. And that was part of his, let's say that's his ego, okay? And then when he woke up and was popped out of the Matrix, then there was a different version of himself. Now, this is where the movie, we have to deviate a bit. Imagine the Neo in the Matrix woke up, and he didn't wake up to another body, like another human body. Like, oh no. He woke up to, he's just this non-stop vibrating pool of stillness that is constant awareness, that is in everyone else, the same as it is in yourself. Again, as I talked about the video, is one of my earlier videos, Namaste all day. The divine in me salutes the divine in you. What that is that's that presence, that's that awareness that we can sit inside of. We say higher self. Right now, I feel that sensation as I'm speaking. That is the woken up Neo. I'm the woken up Neo. I'm the woken up Neo or Morpheus right now in that stillness. And the Matrix, the Neo Matrix, the one when they go inside of and there's all the agents and stuff, that's this world. That's stuff. That's Tim. Tim is in the Matrix. Okay? So, if I'm not Tim and you're not whoever you say you are, whatever your labels are, and also your past, all of your stories, your stories about your life. If you're not those things, if those things are born in time, they're going to end in time. What's constant through time is this presence, this awareness. So, how do we connect as awareness, as this presence, with others who may or may not be aware of themselves as that presence, even though they are that presence? So how does Morpheus find Neo? How do we find other Neos? And also, even more important, having an inclusivity of who we interact with, even though someone may not be present to themselves as awareness, or may not be perceiving some awakening process. It's my feeling that they still are awakening. And it's my feeling that that we can interact with people that are not awakening with the same compassion, the same looking through the story and looking at them as the same stillness, the same presence, the same awareness, and holding that space for them. And when I hold the space for people in that, I feel that it helps dissolve whatever vibration, if it's a vibration that they're spinning, just by me holding space of myself as awareness in the presence of someone who's not aware of, who's not waking up to themselves to where we can say, hey, what are you spinning this story for? Stop. There are people we interact with in our lives. There will be people we interact with in our lives that are not yet at a place where they're comfortable to go back and forth with a playfully rigorous honesty that comes with a deepening into this awareness. And there has to be, and this is something I need to learn, I'm continuing to learn and develop skills in, is connecting with people that are not present and meeting them where they are, you know. And so it becomes, the whole kind of goal becomes to be present and sort of straddle the line of awareness and of awareness of yourself as awareness and awareness of the other person as awareness and awareness of what they're identifying with. And then from the awareness, now this is sounding complicated, but I'm going to stay with me. From the awareness, you stay present to yourself as the awareness, and then look at what vibrational signatures they're sending out. So if they're complaining, they're this, they're wherever they are energetically, the goal is to be still, be the peace, plug into wherever they are, identify with them, let them identify with you without reinforcing the story. That's the trick. Reinforcing the story is they're complaining, they're like, you know what I'm saying? This is just so, I can't believe they did this and did that and did that. If somebody's complaining about someone else to you, if you go, yeah, totally, yeah, I see what you're saying, you're right. What you've done is you've just reinforced that energy for them. They put it out into the universe and you echoed it back, reinforcing it for them. So finding a way to plug into the energy of the other person without reinforcing their story, that's the game, that's the play, that's the dance. So staying present, and that's where, for instance, like if somebody's really complaining and really looking for that reinforcement, usually that person's not going to take a vibration. If you're like all love and bliss, they're not going to be like, they're not maybe ready to resonate with the idea of, this doesn't matter what you're going through. You're perpetuating a story of emotion for yourself. Your love, your bliss, you and I are one. Let's dance in that. You know, people that are in that state, when they're in that state, when they're identifying it, when I'm identifying with it, because I do too, I don't want to hear all that. I don't want to hear that level of vibration. I don't want, oh, happy to, like, I don't want that. I'm not ready for that. If you come into me with that, I'm going to resist that, right? So if we come in with this and we just sort of superimpose this love joy thing on somebody who's really in a funk, it doesn't work. I've tried it a bunch of times. So the idea is, the thing I'm practicing today, and I want to be mindful of, is my stay present to, in our interactions with each other, I want to stay present to myself as awareness. I want to stay present to you as awareness, regardless of how aware you are of yourself as awareness. And I want to, from my awareness, notice the vibrational energy you're bringing to me. Stress, frantic energy. Tiredness, laziness, lethargic. Positive and bright. I want to meet there too. That's where I want to meet everybody. That's where I want to be. Sad, heavy. Someone who's sad and heavy from a place of consciousness obviously won't take all that love and said that'll to and something that's a vibrational shift. Like if here's love and joy and bliss and happiness and celebrating and dancing like silly little kids, and then here's enjoying my life, but I'm not this. Then there's like, it's okay. Then there's frustration. Then there's more intense and anger, fear. You know, depending on the level of identification and stress that someone's having, if you're too far up on the happiness thing and you're just like sort of shoving it down, it doesn't work like that. So even you can, but the thing is, we don't have to go to here energetically to meet them. We don't have to lose the presence, the awareness to plug in. We can be the awareness and be the joy and bliss and the, oh, this is amazing, I'm enjoying my life. And then someone in front of you is going through a funk. And you can sit without, you know, with them and still be just blissful and listen and speak in a way that connects and resonates with them without losing sight of the presence, the joy, the bliss. So it's not that you're taking on their energy and taking on their emotional state, because when you're present to yourself as present and holding that steady and just allowing yourself to be moment by moment inside of that, everything that anyone else is putting out feels very transient. It's like you're vibrating at this frequency, they're putting this out, and it's like it doesn't even touch you, it passes through. So what you're doing when you're plugging into them is being present to the way they're languaging. And then languaging back, not reinforcing story, but languaging in such a way that there's that they can connect with you. And then the goal from there, and my goal with anyone I meet, is to shift a bit, shift me a bit, shift them a bit, shift so that there's a little bit more presence and awareness in the relationship, in their life and my life. There's lots of ways to do that, and that's the fun, is we plug into each other in the matrix. We plug into each other in this illusory world, this world of form that we only understand as such because we're built to have sense. Our sensory instruments are built to perceive the world this way. If we didn't have, if we didn't have a sense touch system, the world would be very different. If our eyes didn't see colors the way that we did, we would have a different. If we saw infrared instead, the world would look very different. If we were a gas form, could you imagine? This is our pretend world, and the only thing that's not pretend is that awareness of it that's always there, in which everything is created. Okay, so plugging into each other. How do we do it? Stay the presence, understanding any frequency anybody's at while maintaining the presence. It makes whatever they're going through, whatever's happening, be a transient thing. Okay? There we go. Have a beautiful day.